Right now, as you are watching this, two men are still trapped inside a mountain in Laos. Nobody is coming for them. The search has been called off. The international rescue teams have packed their gear, walked out through the jungle, and gone home, leaving two human beings somewhere inside an uncharted cave system 300 meters underground, in total darkness, possibly still alive. 300 meters, almost the height of the Eiffel Tower, buried upside down inside solid limestone. Here is how we got here. In May 2026, 7 illegal gold miners climbed down a hand-dug shaft into an unmapped cave in Xaisomboon province, central Laos. Within hours, a flash flood sealed the only exit behind them. The call for help reached some of the most elite cave divers on Earth. The same team that pulled 12 boys and their coach alive from a flooded cave in Thailand in 2018 in an operation the entire world watched. They flew in immediately. And almost as soon as they arrived, they realized something terrifying. Tam Luang was the easy one. 5 of these 7 men would make it out alive in what can only be called a miracle. 2 never did. It begins on May 19th. 7 men, headlamps, picks, plastic buckets, climbing down into a tunnel they dug themselves by hand over weeks, chasing a seam of gold-bearing quartz that no government office has ever recorded. Then the monsoon arrives. 6 straight hours of rain hammering the ridge above them. The kind of rain that doesn't fall, it detonates. The mountain can't absorb it. Water finds every crack these men spent weeks carving open. And then, behind them, a sound. A grinding, collapsing rush of mud and rock folding in on itself. In under a minute, the passage that brought them down here is gone. Not flooded, buried, sealed by a wall of wet debris where the ceiling used to be. And right behind the collapse, the water, rising, cold, the color of wet cement, climbing past their ankles, then their knees, filling the tunnel from the bottom up. The 7 retreat, upward, deeper into the mountain, until they find the only dry ground left, a narrow ledge in a chamber the flood hasn't reached. It becomes their entire world for the next 9 days. Within 2 days, the food is gone. The water they carried is gone. What's left is darkness. Total. Absolute. The kind of darkness that has weight, that presses on the eyes until the brain starts inventing light just to cope. And in that darkness, with no food and almost no fresh air, the human body starts failing in a very specific, very predictable order. First, headaches, then confusion, then hallucinations, voices that aren't there, an engine running somewhere that doesn't exist. And then, the most dangerous symptom of all, a creeping, peaceful calm, a pull towards sleep that isn't sleep, the kind of calm that convinces a dying brain that giving up feels like relief. 300 meters above, in the pouring rain, none of this is known. Not yet. It takes 9 days for anyone to even know these 7 men exist. An 8th person, someone who'd stayed closer to the entrance, escaped the collapse, scrambled out through the flooding tunnel, and ran for the nearest village in the storm. Word spreads slowly on muddy mountain roads. But once it does, this stops being a local matter. Within 72 hours, specialist cave divers from Thailand, Finland, and Australia are on the ground, several of them veterans of the 2018 Tam Luang rescue. To even reach the cave, they have to make a 4-kilometer trek through jungle and mud, hauling equipment by hand. What they find inside is worse than anything Tam Luang prepared them for. The water isn't just murky. It's the color and thickness of wet cement, a suspension of clay so dense that headlamp beams don't cut through it. They just disappear into it. Visibility? 0. Not low, 0. And the cave itself is a nightmare of geometry. Nearly 1,000 feet of jagged, twisting limestone passage, narrowing in places to 23 inches across, less than 2 feet. In sections like that, a diver in full gear physically cannot pass. They have to stop, strip the tanks off their backs, push every piece of equipment ahead of them through the gap, then follow, blind, in freezing water, in a space too tight to turn around in. There is only forward, or there is nothing. To stop teams from colliding with each other in zero visibility, rescuers run physical cable hundreds of meters into the mountain, just so divers moving in opposite directions can warn each other before they meet in total darkness. On the 9th day, deep inside that maze, a team's lights land on something nobody thought they'd find. 5 human shapes, huddled together on a narrow ledge above the waterline, hollow-eyed, skeletal, barely able to lift their heads. Alive. For 5 of these 7 men, the worst is almost over. For the other 2, somewhere else in this mountain, it isn't. But for now, for these 5, there is light. There are voices. After 9 days of silence, there is hope. Getting them out is its own war. All 5 are too weak to swim 1,000 feet through 23-inch flooded passages on their own. So it happens one man at a time, starting that same night. The first man gets a crash course, minutes, not hours, in the absolute basics of breathing underwater. Then he's placed between 2 divers, one in front, one behind, and guided inch by inch through choke point after choke point. The operation takes more than 2 hours. When he finally breaks the surface near the cave entrance, soaked, shaking, blinking against the light for the first time in over a week, it's nothing short of a miracle. Then comes the twist nobody saw coming. The next day, rescuers are gearing up to go back in for the remaining 4. Full gear, full plan, full risk. And the mountain flushes itself. The water level drops, fast and without warning. Before the dive team can even get back into the water, all 4 remaining men simply emerge, crawling, swimming the last stretch on their own through nearly 1,000 feet of pitch-black flooded tunnel under their own power. Dehydrated, exhausted, alive. 5 of 7. Found. Freed. Out. But 2 men are still down there, somewhere deeper in this mountain. In a 6th chamber no diver has ever reached, 2 men never made it to that ledge. And for a few days, there was hope. Rescuers knocked on the rock to signal their position. Something knocked back. Not an echo, a rhythm, an answer, coming from somewhere inside solid stone where no living thing should be able to make a sound at all. They knocked again. It answered again. They searched for it. They found a shaft nearly 200 feet straight down that might lead to that chamber. Divers went down it. There was nothing there. The rain came back. The cave grew more unstable by the hour. The map, Nearly 3 weeks after 7 men climbed into this mountain chasing gold that no government ever knew was there, the international teams packed their equipment, walked the 4 kilometers back out through the jungle, and went home. The search has been suspended indefinitely. 5 men will carry this story for the rest of their lives. The ledge, the dark, the moment a light finally found them. 2 men are still inside that mountain, right now, as you watch this. No map will ever show exactly where. No rescue team is coming back, and somewhere above them, in the silence, the rain is still falling on that mountain. Patient, indifferent, and in absolutely no hurry at all. Because the mountain already got what it came for.